Hey, what's good, everybody? Wanted to come on here. I don't have time to record, so I'm just going to go live. But uh, Ethan, uh, buddy of mine. I call everybody buddies, right? He's over on Instagram. He's following me at DJ_Carroll, and he messaged me a couple weeks ago. Apologize for taking so long, man. We've just been slammed here at the company. But I hope you guys are doing well. If you're a new video watcher, make sure you hit the subscribe button. But today I'm going to be talking about, should you go to college, and if so, which college should you attend? Ethan messaged me a couple of weeks ago and is really kind of struggling with this. So first off, I want to honor him for having the courage to reach out and ask for help. And I want to make sure that I cover all of his topics. So I have some notes here as well. So Ethan reached out to me. He said, "Hey man, listen, I'm starting to feel a lot of stress. Next year I'm a senior in high school, so he's a junior this year in high school." And he said, "Listen, man, I'm feeling a lot of stress next year. I'm supposed to be figuring out, where I'm going to college and all that kind of stuff." And his challenge is that he's trying to figure out, first and foremost, should he attend college, right? And then secondly, he's trying to figure out, do I need to go to a big name college, or is a community college okay? And so I wanted to break those down for you. And he also asked one more question of, does it really matter if he majors in finance with a minor in entrepreneurship, or major in entrepreneurship with a minor in finance? So those are the big three questions that Ethan had, and I'm going to answer those today. So first and foremost, man, college is probably one of the most overpriced things out there in the market today. Okay, it's really kind of a scam from the standpoint of financial. Now, before everybody hops in the comments and starts blowing me up, I don't mean it's a scam in the sense that you don't get your money's worth. I mean that it's a scam in the sense that it's one of the very few things that you can go borrow money on, purchase. If you're not happy, there is no returning it, and you can't default on the loan, right? And so think about this: like, if you go take a loan out and buy a car, and so we pulled the money from a financing institution, call it a bank, with student loan debt. It's actually the government, and then we buy this thing, right? And so, like, let's just call it a car. But when we buy this car, we start driving down the road and it starts wobbling real bad, right? So we take it to the dealership. We're like, "Hey man, just paid you $40,000 for this car. It's wobbling really bad. I need you to fix it." And they say, "Hey, no problem. It's under warranty. We'll fix it." They fix some stuff in the back. I don't know what they do in the back of the dealership, but they fix some stuff. And now they're like, "Hey, you're good to go, Mr. Carroll. Here's your keys back." Hop in the car. I'm driving down the road again. Thing starts wobbling again. There's this thing in United States law called the lemon law. The reason why I know this is because my mom bought a Kia when they very first came out, and they went through like 4 different sets of brakes in 6 months. What happens is, once you have a what they call a quote unquote lemon, which it's bad, right? They will give you your money back, or allow you to transfer into a different vehicle and give you full credit, right? So you're not happy with the product, are you following me here? So you can take it back and say, "Give me my money." Or here's the other thing: if they won't give you your money back, you can default on the loan. It means you can not pay the loan, the car note, your car gets repoed, and then you file bankruptcy. The problem, my number one biggest problem with college, is that you take out debt to purchase something without the protection of being able to return that and get your money back, right? So you go get your sociology degree, and then you're like, "Hey man, I ain't making no fucking money with my sociology degree, so I want my money back." And they're gonna say, "Sorry about you." Even more so, you can go on a path, right? Say you want to be an engineer, right? I was going to be a chemical engineer. Most people don't know this. I was actually going to go to college. The whole time I was raised, that was the thing, right? Go to college, go to college. And so I was going to do it. I was going to go be a chemical engineer. My brother, he went to college, right? He's making money, and he does a great job with his degree. He has a finance degree, so you can be successful whether you go to college or not. And I think that's something that a lot of schools push down the throats of juniors and seniors in high school, is that, if you don't go to college, you're like going to live this substandard or subpar life. Okay, that's completely wrong, and I cannot stress that enough. So you see these charts, right? They'll have these charts that are like, people that attend college are 3 times more likely to make 6 figures a year. What I want you to really understand is that you are your own situation. You're your own experiment. You're your own little blob of DNA on this rock that's spinning through the universe, okay? So don't let statistics determine what you do with your life, okay? Because if I would have let statistics determine what I did with my life, I would have went to college, I'd have been a chemical engineer, and that's what I'd be doing right now if I let statistics determine what I want to do. But I don't do that. I decided to take my life in my own hands and started a lawn care company, grew it to 3 million in revenue, sold it. Now we have Easy Pro, power wash all over the place now. We were in Indianapolis earlier this week. I got crews going to Evansville tomorrow. So don't let the statistics that you might hear from your teachers, your guidance counselors, your parents dictate whether you go to college or not. You need to decide what's best for you, and that's part of growing up, right? Part of growing up and becoming a mature adult and a contributing member of society is that you make decisions. You take on the responsibility of your choices, and you make choices for your own, because that's really what life is all about. A lot of times you'll see people try to get you to focus on, well, we got to have equality and opportunity. And really what we have in this world without fixing anything is equality and choices. And so if you decide to have a child at an early age, it's probably going to hinder, it's not going to limit, but it'll hinder your ability to be successful and earn higher wages or higher incomes or higher profits, right? So again, those are statistics though. So you have to be careful, right? Like, so somebody can have 9 kids. I mean, Drew Brees has got 9 kids, and they're not Drew Brees. The guy for the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. Who is it? I got no help here in the office. So the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts makes $25 million this year, right? And Philip Rivers, there we go, Philip Rivers. So Philip Rivers makes $25 million this year. He's got 9 kids. So again, statistics don't really matter. It's your choices do, though. And so, Ethan, what I want to tell you is that when you're trying to decide, man, do I need to go to college or not? You need to make that decision for yourself. Now, one thing that I did see that you mentioned in there is that in the message that you sent me was you didn't want to be stuck working for someone else for the rest of your life. Let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a huge proponent of entrepreneurship, but you have to really have that in your gut. It's not easy. I've been broke multiple times. I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in real estate. I've lost a 6-figure business. I've had to relocate basically in the middle of the night because I lost my house. I've been homeless. I've contemplated suicide. Like, there's a lot of shit that comes along with being an entrepreneur that, I try to be careful not making it look too glamorous. But don't think that working for someone is bad. My brother makes I think last month he made almost $30,000 working for someone. So it's not as bad as what you might think. What's really important is that you find something that you're passionate about, right? And so here comes the problem with should I go to college or not, is that if you're passionate about something that you can't major in, what are you going to do, right? I was passionate about starting my business, and I went to college, and this will go into the second part of your question. Should you go to a big name college or a community college? And Ethan, in your message, you said something about, I'm afraid people might look at me differently. That, my friend, is a recipe for destruction. Do not care 1 second what other people think about you. Don't care. You shouldn't care where they think your degree is from. You shouldn't care about your life decisions, what they think about your life decisions. Because what happens is you get older and you realize eventually nobody was really thinking about you at all. None of us are that important. And so you just need to live the life that you want to live to the best of your ability. Here's why I dropped out of college. I'll share this story with you guys. I decided, right, I turned down several football scholarship offers, and I decided to, let's see, we got Burgo. This is the cool thing about going live. Burgo, what's up, buddy? Go to college if you have a passion for something other than liberal arts. Yeah, so I mean that's the thing, right? Is like sometimes you want to do something and you don't have the ability to study that in school. And so I always say knowledge doesn't have to come from college. Okay, knowledge doesn't have to come from college. So you can learn by reading books, by finding mentors, by finding coaches. I did a video with Keith Kalfas the other day talking about that, how you can find this information and this education. But I digress. The reason why I decided to go to the community college was because my family didn't have money. And so I knew that if I went away to school for 4 years, I was going to be broke, man. Like I'm talking eating hot dogs and macaroni and cheese, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, ramen noodles, working 2 jobs on top of trying to take a full course load. So what had happened with me, my situation was a little different. Is that I had already started my business. I started my business my senior year of high school. It was a lawn and landscape business. I started with $300, a Walmart weed eater, a Walmart push mower, and for me to quit doing that, I was making about $400 a week, which is a lot of money when you're 18 years old. I didn't want to give that up. I didn't want to give that up. Plus, I had 3 part-time jobs. I didn't want to give that up. So I decided to go to the local community college. So Ethan, to your question, community or like state school. I decided to go to community college because I knew it would work with my schedule better. Okay. And so I eventually ended up dropping out in the 3rd semester because of one of my other big pet peeves with college is they don't let you truly only study what you want to specialize in. They make you, and I get it, they want you to be a more well-rounded person. My problem with that, is I think they do that just to keep you in college longer so they can charge you more. So when I was ready to take business finance, which was a 300 level class, I go to the instructor and I'm like, hey, I want to take business finance. What can we do? And they're like, well, you can't take business finance because you don't have the prerequisites. Let's see here. I'm trying to move these up. Burgo just said, I just finished an MBA and I'm not finding a position on the next level, but I was able to afford the tuition. Being mid-level in my career, the timing is also a bad time now, given COVID. Yeah, that's a challenge too, right? You could be $100,000 in debt, $50,000 in debt, and you're still going to go find a $15, $16, $17 an hour job. So we'll get to that in a second. Burgo, nice comment there. Appreciate you commenting. So back to my story here. If I'm trying to take business finance, right? Because I want to learn about business finance. I'm a business owner. That's what I'm here to learn, right? And they say, oh, well, you don't have the prerequisites. What the hell do I have to take before I can take business finance? It's my 3rd semester here. They're like, well, you need to take accounting. I'm like, all right, I'll give you that. Kind of makes sense. And you need to take history of rock and roll. I shit you not. So I had to take history of rock and roll before I could take business finance. I made it about 3 more weeks and I'm like, I'm out. I'm going to go do this thing on my own. And I've never been back. Here's why I dropped out of college as well. They're not going anywhere. The colleges aren't going anywhere. So if I dropped out and the shit didn't work and I'm like, maybe I'm not an entrepreneur, I could go back to college. I truly believe that when you graduate, you should take 2 years to just explore. Go learn, go travel, go sleep, on somebody's couch and be a mentor. We don't have that protege environment anymore. There is not this mentee relationship. They take you straight out of what we'll call high school, 9th grade through 12th grade, and then they put you into post-secondary education, which is college, right? And what I think happens is a lot of people, it stresses them out, it adds debt, and they're not really in a better situation when they get on the backside of it. So hopefully that answers a couple of those questions for you, Ethan. Should you go to school? That's a decision you need to make on your own and only on your own. Decide what you want to do with your life. Know that you shouldn't stress yourself out. I think there's a lot of juniors and seniors in high school running around just stressed completely the fuck out, and they don't realize that it's not that big of a deal. Because if you decide not to and you decide to go try something else, college will still be there if you ever need to go back. State institution versus community college. I told you why I took a community college, why I went to community college instead of going off to a state institution. Now, I will tell you, if you're talking about like Harvard, Yale, Stanford, MIT, these are places that you go for the connections more than anything. Okay, you're going to meet people that are very well connected, are very wealthy, that are good connections for you to have in life. The saying that's been wore out on every meme that you can find on Instagram is your network is your net worth. And that's so true. The people that you hang around, you associate with. I've got a video here called The Power of Law of Association, and it talks about you become the sum of the 5 people you hang around most. So if you hang around 5 drug dealers, you'll be the 6th. If you hang around 5 lazy people, you'll be the 6th lazy person. Hang around 5 successful people, you'll be the 6th successful person in the group. So choose your friends wisely. And then on the backside of it, the decision of like, entrepreneurship, finance, entrepreneurship. Let me just tell you right now, unless you're going to try to go climb the corporate ladder, it doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't. What your college degree in means absolutely nothing. Most companies just want to know, do you have one or not? Because that's like how they, will check on the level of person that they want. Let's see here. There should be mandatory military or civilian service for 2 years after high school graduation for all who physically and mentally qualify. That'd be interesting. You know who also did that? The Germans did that. I went to Wharton, where it was mostly case study learning and networking. I worked harder academically. State school. Wow, interesting. Thanks for sharing, buddy. So wrapping this up, man, we're 15 minutes in. That was quick. Ethan, I hope that helps you, buddy. Know that no matter what you decide, it's all going to be all right, bro. A lot of people just take life too seriously. Don't take yourself so seriously. Have fun, enjoy it, study things that you want to do, and never stop learning. That's the thing. A lot of people go to school for 4 years and then they just stop learning altogether. Never stop reading books. Never stop watching, YouTube videos like this that can help you. Never stop networking, and heck, man, reach out to me. We can get you a discounted ticket on Ignite coming up this next February, which is my personal development conference that I have once a year. So let me know what you think about the video. Leave a comment down below. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet, wherever it's at, hit that subscribe button. And I'll have another video coming up for you guys real soon. Take care.